Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now some heavyweight news in the world of boxing. Former, right, two-time heavyweight champion, three-belt champion, right, Anthony Joshua. You know, bad boy from England, right? Think from London, right? Anthony Joshua, right? He's not a champion now, coming off of those two losses to the legend Alexander Usyk, right? So, but Anthony Joshua, we know, is still a dangerous fighter. So we're gonna follow what he's up to. Now, here's the newest news. Former champion, heavyweight champion, and first Mexican heavyweight champion ever is your boy Ruiz, Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, Andy Ruiz Jr. beat Anthony Joshua that first fight, and it was a surprise. We thought Anthony Joshua was gonna win that fight, but Anthony Joshua was winning that fight, but just got clipped and really never recovered. Them fast hands from Andy Ruiz, it was a problem for AJ. But he came back a few months later and outpointed Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, at the end of the day, sometimes we always say, well, Andy Ruiz Jr., he came in real fat. He did. That was his first time being champion. And things happen when you're champion and you all of a sudden got money. And we as men, or just say, I ain't gonna say men, but people, things change. The way people perceive you, the way people approach you, the things people are willing to do. If y'all get where I'm coming from, there's a whole lot of things. But all of a sudden you on shows all the time. People want your time. So you're not going to focus. And Anthony Joshua was used to these things. So Anthony Joshua went back to the lab after that first fight and got his stuff together and was able to come in there and outbox Andy Ruiz Jr. easily. Andy Ruiz Jr. is fat all the time, but he was super fat for that fight, and he wasn't ready. So, therefore, you lost, and it was what it was. I don't think that would be an issue in the next fight if they do fight. Here's the deal. Andy Ruiz Jr. comes out and he says, hey, look, I talked to Anthony Joshua on the phone. He wants that trilogy with me, and we'll have it. And so he's thinking that it's a positive sign that him and Anthony Joshua will fight in a trilogy match. When you talk Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, I don't believe Joshua going to fight him, period. But I believe that Anthony Joshua will fight Andy Ruiz Jr. Under these circumstances. We are hearing in the background that Anthony Joshua was about to leave Robert Garcia, and he's going to take Roy Jones as his trainer. If that's good or bad, who knows? It's probably good, because when you hear Roy Jones' name anywhere, that's the best fighter probably ever. So he has knowledge. But the negative part is, do you want a fighter who keeps changing his trainers? You don't give your other trainer you have chances for everything he's taught you to come to fruition, right? To see if those improvements were there. So that too much moving around is probably not a good thing, but hey, Roy Jones anywhere in your ear is probably not a bad thing. So let's see how that materializes. But at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua, I think he fancies a fight against Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, at the end of the day, Andy Ruiz Jr., he didn't look great against Chris Arreola. It was a closer fight than it should have been. And he wouldn't have beaten Luis Ortiz without the knockdowns. But here's the deal. A knockdown is a knockdown. You shouldn't be getting knocked down all the damn time. Even though I rolled with Luis Ortiz Jr., you got knocked down 2 or 3 times. So you ain't supposed to win that damn fight, right? But it was a close fight between those two. So Andy Ruiz Jr. hasn't looked like he's, just going to beat everybody up, steamroll him. But it's still Andy Ruiz Jr. He's a great fighter. And I'm telling you guys now that I do think the Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr. trilogy match can possibly happen. I think it will happen, because I think at the end of the day, most things when Anthony Joshua's involved, he's got to want it. And when I'm looking at Andy Ruiz Jr. having a win over Luis Ortiz, which means theoretically he has a little momentum, I think Anthony Joshua will take that fight. Now, we got to just see, does Andy Ruiz Jr. fight Deontay Wilder before, and then we have to reassess that. But as it is right now, yes, I think Anthony Joshua will take a trilogy match against Andy Ruiz Jr. Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.